Karachi is one of the world's largest and Pakistan's most diverse cities. It hosts millions of people of different ethnicities with an open heart. Unfortunately, in recent years, an environment marked by violence, extremism, and sectarianism marred the environment of the city and has spread intolerance, especially among the local youth. Together with its government partners at the local level, community and civil society stakeholders, UNDP developed a project for the disengagement and rehabilitation of vulnerable and at-risk youth, both women and men, in Karachi. The project engaged more than 2,000 community members, civil society, academia, teachers, and government stakeholders in Karachi to sensitize them on issues related to peace, tolerance, and community stabilization. After extensive research and consultations with the local government, UNDP formed integration support groups comprising of key community leaders in each targeted vulnerable area of Karachi. These community leaders then discussed the program with select at-risk youth and their families and closely worked with the beneficiaries for smooth implementation of the activities.
मेरा नाम नाइला ज़िशान है। मैं पेशावर से ताल्लुक़ रखती हूँ, कराची सिटी में रहती हूँ। मेरे हस्बैंड, मेरी शादी के 5 साल हो गए। मेरे हस्बैंड शिद्दत पसंद, इंतहा पसंद इंसान था। मेरी ज़िंदगी बहुत अजीब सी थी और मायूसी थी, मतलब बहुत अजीब सी थी। अब मैंने अपनी ज़िंदगी बदल ली, मतलब इसकी वजह से मेरे घर का माहौल ऐसे रहता था कि मैंने 3 बार ख़ुदकुशी की कोशिश भी की। मैं अब बहुत खुश हूँ अपनी लाइफ में कि मैं बहुत सुकून से अब जी रही हूँ। मुझे यानी किसी चीज़ की टेंशन नहीं है, मैं किसी की मोहताजी नहीं करती। मैं माशाल्लाह अपनी बेटी को पढ़ा रही हूँ, मेरी बेटी पढ़ रही है, मैं उसको अच्छी तरबियत और मैं उसी पे वही तालीम करना चाह रही हूँ कि वो कुछ बने, कुछ कर सके अपनी ज़िंदगी के लिए, अपनी लाइफ के लिए। और मैं बहुत शुक्रगुज़ार हूँ UNDP की।
Apart from bringing positive change in the beneficiaries' lives, the project reduced at-risk behavior and violent tendencies among the youth. These young men and women were rehabilitated back into society through vocational trainings in marketable skills, which enabled them to find employment and earn a livelihood for their families.
ये पूरा कम्युनिटी बेस्ड अप्रोच है जो टोटली अनकंट्रोल्ड एनवायरनमेंट में हम इम्प्लीमेंट कर रहे हैं, एंड इट इज़ अनलाइक द अदर DRED programs implemented in Pakistan. Project is having 2 components. One is disengagement and other is rehabilitation. And in a disengagement initiative, LLDR project trained expert psychologists and counselors provided detailed psychosocial support services, including individual, group counseling and family counseling services to selected most vulnerable and at-risk youth offenders. In parallel to disengagement initiative, LLDR project provided rehabilitation activities. The main objective was to equip the youth offenders with the technical skills so that they are enabled to earn a decent livelihood and they can mainstream in their civil society.
60% of the population is youth. You know that there are 6 districts in Karachi. District West being the most vulnerable. 70% of the total slum area of Pakistan is in District West Karachi, and all this youth belongs to these slum areas. So lack of education, lack of employment, lack of awareness can make them vulnerable. The youth that took training as electricians or plumbers or things like that, they started making their livelihood. Now they are even employing some local kids over there and encouraging them. I think it will be very beneficial to the society, especially to the youth.
UNDP, in collaboration with local government department of Sindh, established gender desk at the community level where women discuss their problems such as domestic violence, divorce, child custody issues, and civil documentation. The project team facilitated these women by connecting them to protection and safeguard institutions such as provincial ombudsperson offices, protection centers, women shelters, and other civil society mechanisms.
बाकायदा इस कम्युनिटी से डिफरेंट प्रोफेशनल की ख़वातीन को सेलेक्ट किया गया, जिसमें टीचर्स भी थी, ब्यूटिशियन भी थी, लॉयर्स भी थी। एक कमेटी तश्कील हुई। बेनिफिशरीज़ का क्राइटेरिया ये था कि ऐसे फैमिलीज़ और ऐसी फैमिलीज़ की फ़ीमेल जिनके बैकग्राउंड में या शिद्दत पसंदी हो। वुमेन एडवाइजरी ग्रुप था और एक और हमारे साथ था पेयर ग्रुप था। वो सब मिल के हम लोग काम करते थे।
UNDP's disengagement model plays a vital role in reducing extremist tendencies among program beneficiaries. Its various interventions, such as through provision of psychosocial support, individual, group, and family sessions, support the disengagement and rehabilitation of at-risk youth and ex-offenders. To implement these interventions, UNDP has engaged dedicated and trained psychologists to provide psychosocial support therapies. These therapies help in the reduction of levels of violence, extremism, radicalization, and the risk of terrorist acts by the beneficiaries. The activities also focus on empowering women and enabling them to play a stabilizing role at the community level and to work as agents of change.
The selection of the most vulnerable and at-risk youth is based on few steps, जिसमें हमें ड्राफ्ट लिस्ट प्रोवाइड की गई इंटीग्रेशन सपोर्ट ग्रुप की तरफ से, जिसमें एविडेंस ऑफ चार्ज भी थे। उसकी बेसिस पे हम लोगों ने साइकोमेट्रिक असेसमेंट की। साइकोमेट्रिक असेसमेंट में हमने कुछ टूल्स आइडेंटिफाई किए थे, उसको हमने एनालाइज किया, जिसमें वायलेंट रिस्क असेसमेंट टूल था वीरा 2R। कम्युनिटी बेस्ड अप्रोच में हमने मेंटोर सेशंस किए, हमने कम्युनिटी सेंसिटाइजेशन पे काम किया, हमने सेशंस अरेंज किए और साथ साथ हमने डिलीवरी ऑफ द की मैसेजेस थ्रू एकेडमिक रिलीजियस स्कॉलर के थ्रू हमने एक पैगाम पीस, टॉलरेंस, नॉन वायलेंस पे पहुंचाया।
After applying different tools of psychometric assessment, the team of psychologists concluded that one key issue related to extremist and violent behavior was lack of skills and employment opportunities.
हमने UNDP LLDR के प्रोजेक्ट के तहत कुछ ऐसी बच्चियों को यहाँ पे इनरोल किया जो पसमानदा इलाकों से ताल्लुक़ रखती थी। हमने उनको कुछ स्किल्स सिखाए, जिनमें ब्यूटिशियन, कुकिंग और फैशन डिज़ाइनिंग और ब्यूटिशियन शामिल है।
UNDP aims to extend its successful community stabilization model to other parts in Pakistan and help young men and women in making their communities peaceful and prosperous.